Hello, today we're going to talk about changing your auxiliary battery that's in the trunk of your car. And the purpose of the auxiliary battery is for the start and stop eco of your car, as well as some other Distronic Plus that's in your car as well. The auxiliary battery is pretty simple to change, and if you feel that it's not that important, try disconnecting the auxiliary battery, and driving to see what kind of lights you get in your dashboard. But other than that, let's get started and let's go to the trunk. Alright, so now we're in the trunk. Of course, if you've seen my other videos how to add a subwoofer, I've upgraded my subwoofer. But today we're going to focus on the auxiliary battery, which is right here, and it's right next to the fuse box location. Basically, we're going to move this screw here, we're going to move this one here, we're going to move that there, and we're going to move that one. And if you look here, we're going to disconnect the wire after we remove this panel. We have a pop-up screw right there. We got another one right there, and we have these here. This silver piece actually comes out if we pop it out. This, of course, this whole thing's come out. That center piece, which is this column here, that comes out, and this comes out, and it's all pretty simple. The same pop-out screws that you have on the side is the same on the both left and right, so everything is the same. And I'm going to show you, once we get behind this panel, I'm going to show you the auxiliary battery is here. It's small, and let's get started. Okay, so it's a good thing you have your own ratchet set. We'll probably take this guy right here, and let's see if we can actually put it in. So this is going to loosen out this. We're going to come here. We're going to loosen out this one here. We're going to loosen out this one here, and we're going to come back over here. We're going to loosen out this one here. This side of the panel, the left side, we don't actually have to remove, but I'm just going to remove it for the sake. There's two pop-out little rivets, something similar to this, something similar to that. That's in the center, so this whole center piece comes out, and I'm going to go ahead and remove it. Underneath this, I have my amplifier for my subwoofer, and that's one of the previous videos I've done. We come here and dig up my amp. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, and that's what it actually looks like when you remove it. We'll do the same thing with this one here. Alright, now that we got the screw removed, we're just going to take this and we're going to slide it off, and it comes out very simple, just like that. Okay, so now we have access to the amp. We're going to take the amp out, and now we have access to a tow bar. This tow bar is very important. They screw this into the front bumper of your car if you're going to get towed. This is definitely what the tow truck driver will need, so you should always keep this in the back of your car. So let's go ahead and remove some more of these components. Alright, so the next step is we're going to move all these little things here. We're just going to pop it out like this. This comes out, very simple. And we're going to do the same throughout, popping out those little tabs out there, and including this one. So we, like I said, take a screwdriver, pop that out. This comes out. Take that, go ahead, pry that out. Comes out like that. Okay, so we got everything popped out. Come on this side. We have this popped out. This silver piece here, you probably want to take a tool, something similar to this, and just basically come here and just pry it, and it basically comes out. Basically comes out like that, and these are we'll put that on the side, and then we just have this one to pop out and this one to pop out, and then this centerpiece here comes out. Let's go ahead and do that now. like I said, this whole piece comes out. Okay, now we have access to the main battery of your car, and slowly but surely most of the components are coming out. And let's go ahead and remove the side panel. This is where our auxiliary battery is located, and this is our little accessory here. We're going to go ahead and disconnect the wire going to that. Come out. We're going to do the same thing for the light clip, which is here. I don't know if you can see it. We're going to disconnect that wire. So that wire is disconnected, and this will just come right out. You can actually pull this over here. Your fuse box is here, and your auxiliary battery is here. We're going to remove this wire. We're going to remove this screw here. We're going to remove that screw there, and we're going to remove that screw that's right there. This screw right there is actually 10 millimeter, and just take a look. All right, so that's 10 and 10 here as well. And then the very bottom, you have another 10 there. So let's go ahead and take all of these screws out. Okay, and this is the last bolt, which is the third one I have to actually take out. Let's go ahead and take that out. All right. It's always good to have one of these magnetic things in here. Go to that bolt which is on the bottom and take it, and it'll come out like that. This piece right here, we're going to take this, we're going to push it back this way, like this, and this actually comes out like that out of the slot. All right, let's go ahead and get this main piece. Okay. In order for this and this to come out, this clip, which is here, which is part of the auxiliary battery, let me move it there. That clip, that pushes up. So that pushes up like this, and then you take your hand and you pull the battery compartment, the auxiliary battery compartment forward like that. All right, so now we have access to our auxiliary battery. Like I said, the top is a clip that goes over it like that, and you push the clip back towards that way. The second clip is over here. Push it back over that way, and of course the top goes off. And the part number for the auxiliary battery is A0098293088. And of course you loosen out this bolt first, and then you do the positive second, very important. And then when you install in your new battery, the positive goes on first, and then the negative second. This is the housing where the battery actually goes into. Probably not going to take it out of it. I think you get the point of how to have access to the auxiliary battery. Let me just, make it a little bit better so you can see. And you want to do your best to get the authentic Mercedes Benz battery, and you shouldn't have any issues. Remember to reconnect the little hose here for the vent when you're putting back your new battery, and then we're going to do everything reverse. Okay, all right, so now we're going to put everything back together. We're going to start with the cover. Your auxiliary battery goes into the latch, which is right there, and you want to make sure that that little pinhole is showing through. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to take the battery compartment, we're going to slide it into there. At the same time, we're going to make sure that the holes on top line up. So let's see if I can do it with one hand. Right, this goes down. We'll make sure everything down here lines up. Everything does. And we're basically just going to take the screw and put everything back together. Make sure everything is nice and secure. The latch is on the way it's supposed to be. Nothing's awry. And we're going to put a screw back there, put a screw back there. And I'm going to use my my magnetic screw on the bottom to put the screw back on the bottom. And one thing I forgot to mention, I do have an extension which is here. You do want to over tighten it. Okay. All right. So I'm going to take this guy, put it back, and that clicks into place. Got everything here. Our wires are tight. And basically what we're going to do, we're going to put everything back together. All right. We're going to go ahead and take this panel. We're going to move it back. We're going to go ahead and hook up the light. Go ahead and hook up the auxiliary. You would call this the, I don't know, a cigarette lighter or something like that. But go ahead, we're gonna click that back into place, make sure everything's the way it's supposed to be. We can go ahead and we're gonna push this back. Make sure these hooks are very important. Take this back out. All right. Okay, so we can go ahead and put back everything. Go ahead and take our thing here, put it into the hook. Take that, just tighten that up. Okay, that's there. And the same thing on this side as well. And there go our wonderful battery, the back of it. Well, you've seen this before when you watch my video on how to install a subwoofer to your car. But let's go ahead and put everything back now. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take this component here. Go ahead. This is actually gonna go through on this. Alright, so now we got a nice fit. I'm gonna start putting everything back. My amplifier will go into this nice little hole, but before we do that, we'll get our toe screw. And this is our toe screw here. This is for the tow truck, should you ever need it. And let me go ahead and put my amplifier back. Okay, so my amplifier is back, and we can go ahead and continue with the putting back things. All right, we're going to take our metal piece right here. And go ahead and put it back. I'm going to basically just snap it into place. Alright, go ahead and put back the two plastic screws that's here. Alright, so this is nice and secure. Alright, let's go ahead and put back the main panel, which is this guy right here. And we can go ahead and secure this back in, and then of course the screws that we're gonna reattach is one's theirs, one theirs. This is actually to pick it up. Okay, that'll go there. Right there. And now we have a nice back panel. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put in back this little thing right here. Okay, that takes care of that. I'm gonna put in those two, and I'm gonna put in this one here, and this one over here. All right, everything's starting to come back to normal. All right, there go my subwoofer, there go my jack. I'm gonna put everything back, and that's basically how to change your auxiliary battery. Hopefully you learned a lot. Subscribe and like, and I'll talk to you soon.